Good evening and welcome again to Red Arrows Racing League. This is now season 4 and we're on round 3, Japan. So hopefully a chaos free race, but I've got a feeling that this one is a tight circuit. We're in for some action tonight. So first of all, apologies from our current championship leader, Naz, who has had to take a step back unfortunately due to real life getting in the way. So we say thank you to him for everything he's done in the league so far. It's been a pleasure to race alongside you and to commentate on what we've done so far this season. It's a shame that you're not racing with us anymore, but unfortunately it's one of those things where life gets in the way. Hopefully you can join us every now and then as a reserve, and we look forward to seeing you back on track really soon. But now, on to today's stuff. So, if I go to the check-ins, we are missing from full-time drivers Butler, Naz already mentioned, Harry Mill, R12, and Janelle LeBron. Reserving tonight, we have Joe Bradley is racing with us. I didn't see where he got put. Joe Bradley is in... He's in the Ferrari. So that'll be in the absence seat that Chris left behind. And then we've got Hellbound and SLH here in the Aston Martins. So as we wait to begin, I think we're waiting on one more driver. I'm not sure if we're planning to go without him or whether it looks like we're readying up, so where we're going without him. That I think is Jack. So let's just post the stream link in the chat for any drivers who want to watch. We'll be back with you in a second. Let's go to put the stream in here. We are ready for the off. Yep, let's put in the chat reminder to all drivers that we do need you to retire after the quali. We have set the race to 3 laps just as a little reminder, so you know something's not quite right. We've got some penalties to apply, so we just need to finish the quali, then retire so we can do the penalties, add the penalties on before the race goes off. So just remember to do that. So we'll get our usual fun with the quote unquote fake race to start with. Here we go then, let's see what we've got around Suzuka. In a way, I'm glad I'm not racing this tonight because this is not a happy hunting ground for me. If anyone remembers, if anyone's been watching this before, we have raced around here twice already. Season 1 winner was Ben, took the race and sealed the championship here. So here we're hoping for a repeat performance. Unfortunately not the best start to the season for him, 2 races and 2 retirements. So then in season 2 we raced here, but unfortunately the 2 drivers who took the sprint and the race win there didn't continue the league. They're not with us here anymore. Season 3 we did not race here. Brings us to tonight. So let's see who we've got leading in the garage now then. Look like we've got a dry session. Go to the track mark. It looks like a Mercedes out on the road first. Liam goes out the medium tyres. Interesting call. We've got a lot of activity early on. So let's see who Mercedes was first on the road. So it looks like it's Oliver first out. So he's come around the S's. Into the S's, and this last part here is called Dunlop. There used to be a big Dunlop sponsorship around the top here. Then into Degner 1 and Degner 2. The hairpin doesn't officially have a name, but for a little while I was petitioned to call it Kobayashi after his famous overtakes from 2011. So I'm going to stick to calling it Kobayashi, just so it's got a name. I'd rather give it a name than just the hairpin. As Oliver comes now up towards Spoon, this double left-hander. Then the long back straight. Into 130R. And then Casio. The Casio chicane. Here we go, he starts his lap. How is it looking? Looks smooth through turn 1. Into the S, has got to be careful here. The yellow flag's above, but could be people just letting other drivers through. It can get a bit messy here, it's a bit tight, especially with as many drivers we've got, 17 so far. Around Dunlop. Looks like a smooth lap so far. No problems as yet. We are catching some traffic, so hopefully it doesn't get in our way. There's a Mercedes with a problem there, looks like Casper. We won't cut to it, we'll stick with the lap. But Casper looks like it's gone at Dunlop. He has recovered it by the looks of it, so I hope it doesn't get into his... It doesn't ruin his session too much. As Oliver comes around Spoon. Along the back straight. He's out of battery by the looks of it, so he might abandon this lap. He looks like he's abandoned the lap. Okay. Is he going to box? He looks like he might go out of this lap. So let's go to someone else who might be on a lap. Let's go to Liam on a lap. He's on medium tyres, so we won't go to him. Joe Bradley goes fastest. We'll go to somebody else on a lap. Liam's on medium, so he's not expecting him to do too much. We'll go to Chrissy. T. Caddy goes faster. I think that Oliver did abort that one because he's now in the box. And goes quickest by half a second. Good work from him. We have yellow flags out towards the end of the lap. Again, that's probably traffic. Chrissy up towards Kobayashi. Oliver's out of the session. Did Oliver bin that on his way to the box? Some strange stuff here. I don't know what's happened there. If anyone's seen that, feel free to let me know. Looks like a Red Bull in trouble at the S's. That's going to be Striker, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be Striker. He's there the lap. He's having problems as well there. We'll go back to Chrissy to see him complete his lap. Into the Casio chicane. And come up to the line. What's he going to manage? He managed to put it P2. 3/10 down the lead lap. Let's see who hasn't set a lap yet. Let's go to Shadow Realm. Let's have a look. See what Ben's capable of doing. Capable of doing, I should say. A former winner here in this league. Comes around the long turn 12. Up towards Spoon. There's yellow flags here, so just be careful. I hope it's just cars letting other people go. Yeah, it looks like it's all sorted now. Hopefully won't impede his lap. It looks pretty smooth so far. Hello, Bennett. So around 6 at P4. Good job from him. Harry there in P12. He's just set his lap. The self-proclaimed People's Champion. After last week, on for a great finish. And just so unlucky to lose it at the end like that. But let's see what he can do this week. We've got Calgon still in the pit. Casper on an outlap, I believe it was Casper who had problems at Dunlop last time, so he might be trying to get out now to make amends. So let's see if he can put it right. This should be now him starting his timed lap. There's an AlphaTauri ahead of us. Hopefully it's not going to get in our way. It looks like it's going to be T. Cali on an outlap. Because I think Chris is already in the box. So hopefully he's aware enough to get out of our way. No problems so far through the lap for Casper. This is where we lost it before, so keeps it clean this time. So far so good into the Degners. I'm going to go back on board here because we want to see what happens with AlphaTauri. Oh, bit of a snap there. A snap to a Degner 1. It's a bit out of shape. It might be wise to complete this lap just to get something on the board. Bear in mind you've got plenty of time in the session, so you can finish this lap and get another one in at the end. I'd say it's probably best to finish this lap off and make sure you get something on the board. Around Spoon he goes. He'll be frustrated, he'll know he's capable of better. That snap around Degner 1 would have cost him some time. The cat's in the back of T. Cali, but he's not going to impede us. He manages P10. But like I said, at least it's a lap on the board. It's something to build on. There's a Ferrari there coming out of the box showing good awareness. Let's all go. Oh, that's a problem for the AlphaTauri. That's got to be T. Cali. T. Cali has a problem. So we'll jump on board with Pinto. Showing great form in recent weeks. He's going to come into the box. Super striker now, is he on a lap? Looks like he is, so we'll stay on board. Oh, he's lost that Dunlop. So tricky around there, the weight transfer can be so hard to maintain, or so hard to manage. You want to push because it's quality, but it's so easy to lose it. Is Liam on a lap now? It looks like he is. So the ST goes. As he heads towards Dunlop, how smooth is it for him? Takes a bit of a wider line, but I think it's going to work for him. So good job through there. Sector 1 line is up there. Nearly half a second up on his time, so he's looking good here. What can he do? If he can keep this sort of pace, he might be on for as high as P4 here, if he can match his previous time for the last two sectors. Around the long turn 12. A little bit wide there, catches the grass. Into Spoon. Nicks a little bit of slipstream there by the looks of it. How is sector 2 looking? He's 7/10 off on his time. This could be a strong lap. He's looking strong. Can he keep it together for the last couple of corners? Final corner is really a non-event. Turn 18 is a non-event really. Goes P3. sure he'll be happy with that one. Oh, hell on the circuit. I'm sure Liam would be happy with that lap. Always going and coming up now on an out lap. He's yet to set a time. Coming to the end of his out lap, so we'll stay on him. Hasn't put his car on a hot lap yet, so he needs to do that. Yeah, he's done it. There we go. So, the American sporting the Stars and Stripes lid in the Alfa Romeo. Turn one's nice and smooth. Keeps a good line through there. Into the S's. This is really make or break for the lap. Into Dunlop, where, as we've seen, it's so easy to lose it. It does well. Through Degner 1. Good line today, use all the circuit. Into Kobayashi. Oh, he's lost it. Lost the rear. That's unfortunate. It's looked like a good lap. We'll go to Calgon now, as he's also yet to set a lap. And he's on an out lap. I think. Call me slow, but I just realised what Oliver's done. Oliver was on a quali ban, so he's probably parked it in the pit on purpose and retired from the session. That's me on a bit of a slow evening. Sorry about that, people. Yellow flags, I think that's the Alpine letting us go. Yep, good awareness, whoever it was. I believe that was Harry. Yep, good awareness, let's go. So we'll see what Calgon is capable of here. As we've mentioned, Naz has pulled out of the Haas, like from Dura, and the Haas is no more. So that, to me, puts the constructors wide open. Calgon and Liam in the McLarens, can they get the job done? So I look towards my standings. They've both scored points. I'm not sure. I believe Liam is outscoring Calgon as it stands. I will just confirm with the championship details. Yeah, Liam's on 24 points and Calgon on 14. And the constructors' point standings are McLaren are on 38 as a team. They sit in 6th place in the constructors, but it's all to play for. We're only on round 3 here, a 14 race championship. Calgon has invalidated the lap. I didn't spell that for you, I'm sorry. We'll cut back to live action. Who have we got on circuit? Oh, QHID's off. Was it Jack past? Yep. So who is on a lap? We've got. There's a Aston off. That's hellbound again. So let's cut to Joe Bradley. That's our other American friend. Oh, there's a AlphaTauri off the road there as well. All the traffic around here. It's so difficult. It's such a tight, narrow circuit. And everyone's going to be trying to come out now as we come to the end of the session to get that one more lap in, to have one last go at pole. I imagine everyone's going to be coming out now. So you can see there's a huge gaggle of cars around turn 1. About 4 cars there in sequence. Oh, with jostling for position. They need to be careful. They need to get a move on, because if they do any silly business of trying to hold each other up, they could end up not getting a lap in. We could end up with something reminiscent of Italy in real life. And Joe Bradley gets it wrong on Cassio. He's invalidated the lap. Hopefully it's not invalidated his next lap. I think it has, because he's now put into the box. I think they invalidated this and next lap, so he's not going to make it. Oh, Super Strikers round in the Red Bull. Careful, everyone heading towards turn 1. Speaking of heading towards turn 1, we have got, I believe it's not the AlphaTauri, it's going to the Alpine, sorry. Would it have been Pinto? No, Pinto's in the box. It must have been Murph then. Yeah, it's Murph in the Williams. Let's see what Murph's got in his locker. 15th. And at the back of the people who have set laps. Can he improve on what he's done? His checker flag is flying now, so that is the end for T. Cali, Joe Bradley, Eric Pinto, Casper and QHID, and SLH and Shadow Realm. Very wide into 130R. We're going to cut towards Grindon, because he's the one driver, with the exception of Oliver, we know about now, who haven't set a lap. So we'll see if he can do it. He's not managed to hook a lap up yet. Yeah, we just want to get anything on the board now, just to get something on there, just to get a representative time. As we head towards Spoon, McLaren gets out of our way nicely. Looking up to the other McLaren now. But he's not going to impede us. I think he's on a lap as well. So Chrissy in P2 is a good show for him. The initial lap, and he beat it himself. Very quick time from Ant. Liam goes P2. Always Grindon slots into P9. It's a good showing from the two league owners. And P1 on a 1 minute 30.1. We've got Liam P2, Christian P3. A good show for him. Normally good at starts as well, so we'll see if he can challenge for the top spot at the start of the race. T. Cali in P4, Super Striker P5, Joe Bradley P6, Ben in P7, Pinto P8, West Grindon P9, Super Calgon P10, Hellbound P11, Casper P13, QHID P14. Then we've got Harry in P15, Murph 16, Oliver 17. This is provisional. We do have some grid penalties to apply, so we'll run over this grid order again at the race start. It's a reminder to all drivers that you do need to retire from this session, because this is not the real start. I'm going to put the reminder up there. Right, so just send out a reminder to the drivers there that we need to retire from this one. Even if people forget, it's only a 3-lap race, so we shouldn't have to worry too much. But we'll see our normal fun and games and antics here, as everyone just goes piling into one another. Oh, the McLaren there. That was Liam put into the same barrier that I was put into last night. Not the best day for me in Indigo. So as we wait for the grid to reform to do this all over again, and then we'll need to go to a proper race. So that's Ant Retire, we're just waiting for QHRD and T Cali. There we are. Nice and quick, not too painful. There's no formation lap, so we don't have to do this again. That's fine. That's good. So, with this fun and games over, it's time to go racing. Who is everyone's favourite to win this race? Who have you got in the comments? Right, here we go. So we're just getting ready for the race. Like I said, we had a bit of plan around with the grid. There's a few penalties to apply. Right, so it's in Liam's hands to set the grid, so we'll let him do that. Might be a couple of minutes here, so apologies for the delay, but if you're waiting around for us, need to make a drink or need to relieve yourself, now's the time. Just while we set this grid up. I am predicting a race full of incidents here, to be honest. I don't want to put a downer on it straight away, but this is such a difficult circuit to get right. We have got our 18th in here, so is that now... Oh, have we been joined? We've been joined by Butler. Can he get in the session? If he can get in the session, he probably will have to start from the back, other than perhaps maybe Oliver, who is serving a penalty. Let's just reconfirm my notes. I haven't got Butler down on the seat, so I think he'd be reserving for somebody. If I'm right in saying. Yeah, he will be reserving for somebody. There are seats available, obviously. There's 17 in the race. I believe there's a Red Bull available. There will be a Haas available. We'll cut to here so we can see. So there's a Red Bull available, there is a Haas available, and there's an Alfa Romeo. So it'll be the seats left behind by Jay Carley in the Red Bull, by Naz, formerly of Haas, and it'll be the Alfa Romeo of Gennaro Bron that are available. And he's taking the Red Bull seat, so we've got a special guest for the race by the looks of it. Liam has readied up, so I'm assuming that is our green light to go. I'm seeing more ready up now. I can't see anything official in the chat, but Liam's ready himself, so hopefully that's good enough for us. So 18 drivers around Suzuka. Who have you got your money on? Looking at the quality times and the time trial times, it looks like a strong circuit for Ant. And with the double win last week, only the second double win we've seen in Red Arrow's history. The other one, of course, being set by Ben in season 2 around Bahrain. But we've got a wet race. We have got a wet race. This could change a lot. This now could make this hectic. We've got to be really careful into the first lap here. This is heavy rain as well. They've got to be really careful for the first couple of laps. This could be a mess. We'll cut back to what I was saying. And can he put right the last 2 seasons? The last 2 seasons been second in the championship both times. So can he now, without me there to take the title, can he elevate himself to the title? He's currently P2 in this championship, but Naz, our leader, has unfortunately had to pull out, as we've mentioned. Hopefully he can still reserve for us as we set off on the formation lap. We have got QHRD and Butler behind Oliver. I'm not sure why that would be. Oliver had a quali ban, so should have started at the back. I'd maybe put Butler behind him, but I'm not sure why QHRD is, even if he's got a penalty. Casper's had an incident on the... Oh, Casper, Harry and Murph. Oh, and Butler. There's like a big problem on the formation lap. What's happened here? We've lost 5 cars here on the formation lap. If anyone caught what happened, please let me know. That was... must have been carnage already. We have to be really careful for this when the race start. The AlphaTauri's in P3 and P4. This could be a good race for AlphaTauri. If they can stay there, they could be looking good here. So, we'll see where they sit in the championship. At the moment, the AlphaTauri team are in... they sit P9 in the championship. They're right at the back, with the exception of Aston Martin, who are on no points at all. However, as we've mentioned, it is very early days, so they've got plenty of time to turn this around. Big points today would definitely go a long way to that. Oh, that's Chrissy lost it. Chrissy into the wall. He has managed to keep it going, allowed him to carry on, which normally the game would disqualify from the session for having an incident on the formation. Comment from Harry in the chat, so it looks like he's been wrong-footed by one of the Aston Martins. Right, name and shame in here. That's potentially one for stewards later on. As we now reform the grid, we're going to go on board with Chrissy because he is known for his good starts, and sitting in P3 there, he could really challenge for this. So let's see if he can do anything off the start. Pulls into the box. Looks like a decent stop. So everyone reforms the grid. How good is the camera angle off the start? Not brilliant, so we'll go on board. Here we go. We've got 5 lights. And we're going Suzuka. Because he gets a great start, he's got Liam already. He's been forced wide by Ant. He's got him, it makes no difference to him, he's gone. Chrissy takes the lead into turn 1. We'll hop on with Ant now to see how it's going. Liam under immediate pressure from Super Striker. It's the battle of Liam versus Liam. Not the best start for Liam there, but he keeps going. And Chris is gone! Chris has lost it! Loses it into the S's. Needs to rejoin safely. Be careful. That's it. I'll go back up to the front. Got a Super Striker. It's Liam chasing Liam. As into Kobayashi will come for the first time. Surprisingly clean so far. Hopefully I'm not jinxed it by saying that. Hopefully we see more of this. Nice clean racing. Pinto has had a problem there because he's behind Chrissy now. SL8's dropping down the order there, being taken by Butler. Butler all the way up into P13 there. Let's have a look at more of the people. Harry in P8 already. It's a great start for him. Of taking the early lead to 0 straight away. Down in P7, present an opportunity to Super Striker. Just going to look in the S's, but it's too dangerous to have a proper go. We have yellow flags. What has happened there? Let's look at someone at the back. It's always grinding us off. He's managed to keep it running. That's not ideal for the American. Oh, and that's Super Striker gone! Super Striker's lost it at Dunlop and he is out of the race. And that's Alpha, and Alpha's joined him. And Aston Martin's joined him, sorry. Getting caught up in the excitement of it all. And that's Hellbound, that looks like a deliberate retirement. There's no need for that. It looks like a deliberate retirement to me. And that's just, yeah. We'll try not to focus on that, we'll go to the slightly more entertaining stuff. Shadowrun up into P3, it's a great start for him. They have a full course yellow, it looks like it could be a virtual safety car, because I don't see a safety car on the circuit. I'm assuming this is virtual. I have no yellow dot there for a safety car. Super Cal going up 6 places. It's looking good for McLaren so far, but I've said that before and I've cost them, so I'm already regretting it. And Harry, what a race he's having. Up into P6. P6, which would be a career best in Red Arrows if he can keep this going. Oh, there's a problem at the pit stop. That looks like Calvin tried to come to the box, and was he trying to come into the box, or was that a mistake with another car? He's been spun. Chris is coming into the box now for, I'm assuming, damage from when he had his problem through the S's. Calgon there, that was a strange incident to have. I don't think he would have been going for the box. Now I think about it. But he's been compromised heavily. immediately, as soon as I called it, I've jinxed it. We are racing again. We'll go to where the action is, and we've got the Casper sick, T Cali, and then it's been there, and there's a lot of cars involved in that. Joe Bradley manages to get through unscathed. What a race for Harry though. Manages to pick up the place from T Cali and from Super Calgon, right in P4. Murph up 9 places as well here. Goes to show, if you can keep out of the incidents here, you can have a great race. It's the old adage of the finish first. First you have to finish. The few people have had incidents so far, they've not been race ending, but they have compromised them heavily. We've lost 2 drivers in Super Striker and Hellbound as we ride on board with SLH, who is reserving in the Aston Martin. As we send Murph go past Joe Bradley. It's a good move on 130R, bold move there. And go as fast as lap. SLH had to go really slow there to avoid Joe Bradley. Joe Bradley suffering the conditions by the looks of it. Casper now on the back of them. We've got a lot of cars very close together here as T Caddy comes into the pit. That might have been to do with damage from the incident with Super Calgon. He's now parked in the box. That looks like a deliberate pit lane retirement to me. I'm hoping it doesn't bring out a safety car. That's not what we want to see. And we've got all sorts of action here. As we've got the bow, the P5. That goes all the way back to Pinto and P12. And Ferrari wide. That's QHID. Wide around Degner 1. So many cars fighting for such little space. It's curtained in tears for somebody. Let's see how this unfolds. It's a lot of cars. Like I said, fighting for not much room. Both the Mercedes involved in this. We'll just cut to all over here because we'll see the update from the latest patch. They've changed the wheel arches there of George Russell's car to the blue. I believe they also changed the way the number looks as well, if we can get a good shot at it. So that'll be blue as well. It does change the individual driver numbers. But almost 4 wide on 130R. It's 2x2 into Casio. It looks tight enough. Good racing from everybody here. Let's try our best to keep it clean. He's going around the outside of Joe Bradley. Can he make the move? Can he get it done? We're going to go Joe Bradley on the inside into turn 1. And that is the Mercedes of Casper gone wide. Oliver goes through. Now I've got Butler up our inside. Through the S's. Joe Bradley dropping back. But at least we're keeping it clean. So at least we'll be able to fight another day. We'd much rather lose a place than to risk a retirement. Because it's a long race and anything can happen. And speaking of anything can happen, there we have got, that's a Williams of Murph off. We have a safety car. Chris is out of the race. Chris is out of the race before Casio. That's between 130R and Casio. He's gone. It's brought out a safety car. I'm not sure there's any point in boxing here. It's not like the rain's dimmed down too much. It looks like the rain's about what it was. I think we're in for a wet race here, so I'm not sure how long the tyres last, whether you can box and make your one pit stop now. Shadow Realm takes the gamble though, Shadow Realm is in. Will anyone else take action? Mercedes runs slow there. Maybe he's playing with his dash to make the decision himself. No, he's not. So, just Ben into the box so far. Create ideas in the box. That might be for. Have you got any damage? I can see them getting a front wing ready, so he has got damage. Super Calgon in now as well. He's going to Inters. So is that a legitimate call, or is this a gamble? We'll have a look and we'll see. Has he taken a gamble, or is there a legitimate lightning of the rain? We'll go to detail and tyres. It is Shadow Realm and Super Calgon have gone for it, so it looks like the rain has dialed down. So there's our first two to take the gamble. Will it work out for them? I think if these two have got this right under the safety car, everyone ahead is going to have to box once they've already bunched up to the traffic, so this could really work for them. This could put Shadow Realm and Super Calgon in P1 and P2. If this works out. It's possibly not Calgon if everyone pits this lap. Ben might be able to go into P1. Calgon's probably got a delta, so he can't bunch up to the pack too much. Calgon's probably hoping that he's made the call maybe 2 laps too early. So the safety car comes in first, and then everyone's going to have to box and get out of his way. So you can only catch up to the pack so much. Oh, a bit wide there. We'll go on board with Shadow Realm, who is in the pack. So if everyone's now going to box for the intermediate tyre, he might have got this strategy call spot on, because this will put him into P1. Is it time for the Inters? We'll actually go board and see what he's doing. We've got SL8 into the box. He's taking the gamble, but the other front runners are not. So it's the top 9 who have stayed on the wet so far. We assume SLH and Always Grinding are going to be in for Inters. SLH is indeed on the Inters, and Always Grinding does the same. So there's our people taking the gamble. If the gamble does end up being the correct call, this will play even more into the hands of Calgon now, because he has now had a chance to come into the pack. So you've got to believe that if this is the right call, you'll see Shadow Realm and Super Calgon go P1 and P2. Will it pay off for them? Unfortunately, in the comms box, I don't have that information. The rain does look lighter now. It does look like it's less in the circuit, but it's probably not the gamble for Ant to take. Ant in P1 has got more to lose than he has to gain, so he won't pull the pin first. You're more likely to see someone more like Pinto or Joe Bradley take the gamble. It's more worthwhile to them if they think the time's right. Whereas Ant will want to see what others do around him before he decides himself. I expect him, if the Ferrari can catch up, safety car should be in this lap. But if he can't, which is looking unlikely now, we're out for one more lap. I think the longer this is out, the more it plays into the hands of Ben and to Calgon, because they can get past all the traffic because they're all out of box. And still not in. I think it's too late to make the call. I'm sure I'm gonna do it, but no, we've got a couple. We've got Oliver, Butler, Murph, all in. I think for the leader it's too late to make this call under the safety car, because you'll just go to the back of the pack as Murph, Butler and Oliver have done. but for these guys who are in the pack already, it's maybe not so much of a gamble, knowing that you're going to have a chance at the leaders. It's the top 6 who have not boxed for intermediate tyres. And we'll be hoping the likes of Pinto can do him a solid and hold Ben up. We'll keep an eye on the progress of Ben. The safety car should be in at the end of this lap. We'll keep our eye on Ben because he is, or should be, the man on the move if it was the right call. And the longer time goes on, the more right it's looking as more drivers are switching to it. It could put Ant, Liam and Harry having the race of his life under pressure. Harry and Casper up 20 paces between them. They've had a great race tonight. It might be all about to be undone as we go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. We'll quickly cut to Ant to see when he goes. There is an opportunity to drop it just before Casper. Casio, sorry. You can go just before, but I think it's probably wise to go just after. Casper's had a corner named after him for no reason. It's Casio. As Ant goes now. So now Ant has gone. We'll have a look and see what Shadowrun was able to do. He's all over at Pinto. It looks like Inters was the right call. He's all over the back. Does he make the move early? No, he sits behind. Sensible. Through the S's here. This could be painful if you're Ben here, because this could be a car that's slower than you, and watching him fight for grip, because you've got so much more, you know you've got the pace to pass, but it's just so difficult around here in order to do it. It's so tight. You have to be patient and get him when you can, or wait for him to make a mistake possibly. If Ben makes a mistake himself, you need to be patient, knowing that if you've made the right call, the track will come to you, and that if it is indeed the right call, everyone ahead of you is going to have to pit, so you'll be given the places eventually. Just bide your time. Look at the difference around the long turn 12 into Spoon now. He'll be saving that battery, ready to on the exit Spoon. Now he can unleash it. He can get on the power. On the battery he goes. Here we go. Can he get him? I'm expecting Pinto's probably using his to defend. He is. But how long do you leave it as the front runners? Do you take the pain now, or do you wait? Into Casio we go. Not a lot of room there for two cars, but Ben makes the move and makes it stick. Ant goes fast as that with a 145. Pinto is into the box. He's had enough of his wet tyres. He's going to go to the Inters. It's a short-term pain, but it could be long-term gain if he's able to make ground up on the likes of the top three. It could work out for him. He's lost out to the likes of Ben, but he might end up gaining on the top three here. Or top five even. By taking the hit when he did. Ben now all over the back of Joe Bradley. He's going to chance it into the Degners. He's got the move done before the corner. So much more speed he can carry on those intermediate tyres. Into Kobayashi as we now size up Casper for a move. as Casper looks like he's eyeing up M. Harry. Could be a lonely race for Pinto for a little while, but he knows the top 5, also the top 4 and Joe Bradley out of box, so he knows it's going to come back to him. As Casper's looking at Harry, goes to the move. They're 2 wide on 130R, makes it stick. Ben's got to back out of that one. 2 wide round 130R, doesn't leave him any space. Had to back out. Good clean race, well involved there. Nothing anyone could do to get out of the way of that when they're already 2 wide, so that's all they could do. Shallow round goes fastest lap. Have to be really careful now. Just need to be patient, as I've said. Well, just for a second, we'll cut to Super Calgon and see what his progress is like on the Inters. Casper and Harry up 10 places apiece. A great race for them. We'll see how it unfolds for them, because it can all be unravelled by the conditions. And speaking of which, through goes Calgon on those intermediate tyres. Expect Joe Bradley to be struggling here, as intermediate runners behind him all the way through. Calgon now will get the opportunity to catch Ben. That's Joe Bradley's got a problem. Joe Bradley's spun it. As Shallow round gets M. Harry, or does he? He's coming back at him. Sends him the long way around turn 12. It does give Ben the inside spoon, and he's got the move done. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there. Ben looked like he lost the rear. That's going to allow Calgon a chance. It looks like a bit of contact between Ben and Calgon there. This could get a bit dicey. We're going to go 2 wide again to 130R. Calgon's wide. Calgon's back on the circuit. It looks like SLH had to back out of that one. But luckily, no big damage. There's a 3-second time penalty for Murph and multiple warnings. That's track limits. I expect not the only one of those will see this race, because it is really difficult on track limits here, as Ben makes the move on M. Harry after a valiant defence. Casper now gone after Liam, as Ant has gone out in front. These battles behind must be doing him a world of good. As quick as Ben is, he's had to clear the traffic. That's allowing Ant to just get away. Ben now having to sit back and watch this fight unfold. If they're on their own, he can probably pick them off one by one, but when they're fighting like this, going 2 wide, there's not enough room for him to get past. It's just a big roadblock for him. Calgon will be wanting to make the move past Harry as well. In to Kobayashi, a bit of contact there, but so far so clean. A little bit of contact there, but luckily we've kept it going. Harry and Calgon make a bit of contact. Calgon up the inside of Spoon. Needs to get on the power now, and does. A little bit of a snap there. That's going to allow the cars behind him to make a move. They're 3 wide. We're 3 wide. There's contact. It's SLH and Calgon. 3 wide. Landed back straight. That's unfortunately ended in disaster there. As Ant pulls the plug and makes the pit stop. Probably for the best for him, because he managed to pull a bit of a gap there. So he's going to feed back in. Hopefully not too far behind the pack for his sake. 5-second penalty for SLH for speeding the pit lane. Calgon will be in as well for replacement of the front wing. Unfortunate for him, it was just 3 wide. Down that straight was never going to go. 3 into 1 doesn't go. But it means for the likes of Harry, he's managed to defend that P4. And Shallow round is over Liam. looking to take the race lead. And down in P11. He's got the pace, but he's got all the work to do to come through the traffic. Liam trying to defend against Shadow Run, but I think when he gets into open air, when he gets down the straight, this could be a candy from a baby overtake. There's only so much he can defend this. Ben on the better tyre. This is surely going to be an easy move. Oh, Liam comes back across the circuit there. And into Spoon they go, and Ben's got him. Yeah, unfortunately, I think Liam was fighting the inevitable there. That was only a matter of time until that one happened. What can he do from P2 though? Can he make these tyres last? Or does he need to pull the pin and pull his pit stop as well? Harry down to P5 is now taken by Murph, sorry. Being confusing somebody from a different league. And Liam does box. And look at Harry's in the box as well. So they've now pulled the plug and they've gone in. So that leaves as wet runners, I believe, Casper and is it Murph as well? Or did Murph box? I think Murph box actually. Let's go to the tyres. It is just Casper and Joe Bradley. Joe Bradley's now changed as well. So it's just Casper on the wet tyres. It means he's got track position for now, but he's going to be in trouble. Murph all over the back of him. Just needs to be patient. Through Degner 1 and Degner 2 got so much speed, such more overspeed than Casper, but just unable to make the move. You just bide your time. Down the straight you'll be able to get him in an easy move. As it stands, and is not in position to take the championship lead tonight. He needs at least P5 for that to happen. I tell lies, sorry, I believe P6 will put him level on points, but he'll take the lead by virtue of having a race win. So I believe P6 or better will put Ant in the lead of the championship tonight. Ben goes fastest lap by a long way. I believe the previous best lap was 1:45. So that is, but Ant smashes that further. Ant has the pace, but it's got all the work to do to pick through the traffic. Let's see what he can do, as that is Mercedes wide. That's Oliver. No, sorry, it's Casper. Casper wide and has to cede the place to Murph. And now has a lot of cars to pick up. SLH sets fastest lap. Great job from him. That's always grinding, making a bit of a mistake and having to let Ant go. Wise to let him go there and not fight that too much, because that could have ended in tears if he tried to fight that too hard. When you know you've made a mistake like that, it's better to live to fight another day. We've got a 4-car fight in front of Ant, so Ant is now the 5th car involved in this. Player 5 has entered the game. It's a 5-way fight for P3. And Murph not far up the road. Oh, and there goes Butler. Butler's lost it at Spoon. So the Mercedes pair in front of Ant here. And goes to Casper on the wets. He gets him. Unfortunately, Casper is finally losing battle here on those wet tyres, as Ant's next target is his last season teammate. It's Oliver. And a 1:45 that lap, held up by traffic. So no fastest lap for him this time. see what other battles we've got in the field. We've got Liam. He's fighting Pinto over P9. Pinto goes a little bit wide there, but able to retain the place. As Liam's sizing him up for an overtake. How bold will he be in his efforts to get through? It doesn't look like it's raining anymore on my screen. So is there a crossover potential to dry tyres? If we go as far as dry tyres, I'll just put up the notes. If we go as far as dry tyres, I've got on my notes that the softs will last 8 laps, so potentially there is a chance of softs to the end, because I don't think the dry tyre decision will be now. I think it'll be a few laps out, so possibly softs to the end if we do get that far. As Liam trying to have a look at Pinto, goes around the outside of Spoon, gets a much better exit, and he is through. Harry closing the gap as well. Harry now will have a look at the move himself. On the brakes into Casio. How good is his exit? Gets on the power. Got a slightly better exit. I think he was closing in. No, now he's gone. Butler into the box. And that's a new wing. So maybe something else happened with the spin at Spoon. SLH, I believe, still currently our fastest lap holder. He's now catching up to the battle for P9. We've also got QHRD up there in P3 on to match his previous best finish in Red Arrows, which I believe was also in wet conditions, so looks like a driver who might like this sort of race. Up 15 places, Murph up 13. Going to show you what a mixed bag this race has been. We'll go to the tyre information. Butler has gone to medium tyres, so it looks like it could be a dry end to the race unless he's gone for a pure gamble. We will just track his progress for a second to see how he is coping on those tyres. We'll see if he made the call early or whether he is on a legitimate strategy here. It looks like he's made the call a bit too early. That looks like a gamble to me. Casper still on the wets trying to make them work. Ben has managed to pull away in the lead. Pinto unfortunately gets a 3-second time penalty. It's easily done around here. The track limits are very tricky. So Ben, 5.6 seconds out in front, will track the gap to Ant, because I believe that's the next biggest threat for him. So Ant, 9.6 seconds down the road. So a lot of work for him to do, but he has shown he's got the pace. And come up to the back of Oliver, who in turn is on the back of QHID, so this could be the big battle for P3. It has been whittled down a little bit from those 5 cars to 3 with what happened with Butler and with Casper being picked off on the wet tyres. Always Grinders got him 2. It's a valiant effort to try and make those wet tyres last, but unfortunately something has not worked out for him. And I expect he's going to be dropping down the order even further possibly. As Ant into 130R. A little bit wide there from Oliver, but it will give him the inside into Casio. Can he make the move? No, he's had to back out of it. Compromise Ant there slightly. As on the power he goes, he's saved plenty of battery. What's the battery like for the cars in front? They're down to next to nothing, whereas Ant's got half a battery remaining. Casper finally gives up and pulls the plug and goes to the mediums. And Pinto in the box as well. So is this the time? Are people now making the call to come in for dry tyres? Casper's in on the gamble. What's Pinto going to do? Pinto's on for a fresh set of inters. He's got a new front wing. So let's see how Casper's getting on. Let's see if the track is any better. Let's see if the gamble works. It doesn't look like it, unfortunately. It looks like it might be a bit too early still. He's having to really be delicate with this. Yeah, that's not being compliant at all. The car not wanting to know that. The tyre's not gripping in for him. So unfortunate for him. It's a bold call to start on the wets as long as he could and perhaps deserved better. But it's about being on the right tyre at the right time. That is the game in Formula 1. And now trying to catch up to this battle for P3. It's probably gone on a bit too long for his liking. As before, we commented on Ben getting through the field. I think if these guys were one by one, I could perhaps pick them off, but because they're fighting, a lot of the time they're too wide, and that's preventing them from being able to get through. Liam goes fastest lap. It's a great effort from him. We won't cut to him at the moment because he's got a bit of a gap to Always Grinding. What we will cut to is SLH behind Harry. Harry at the moment matching his previous Red Arrow's best of P8. Can he resist the attack of SLH though? SLH a little bit wide through Dunlop. Casper back into the box again. Unfortunately, the medium tyre strategy hasn't worked. Harry a bit wide in Degner 2. Into Kobayashi. The battle for P3 goes on. Meanwhile, we are on board with SLH, trying to snatch P8 from Harry. Goes wider on Spoon. Had a little bit of a moment on the exit there, by the looks of it. Almost lost that one. It does well to hang on. Liam has taken 2 seconds out of Always Grinding in the last lap or so. So we'll come on board here because this could be an overtake. He looks like he's found a rhythm in these conditions. Has Liam. Goes fast lap again. It's a really good lap for him. Butler there lost it on medium tyres. He struggled. Unfortunately, it was the wrong call. 10 seconds time for exceeding track limits there. I think he's lost it and then trying to let cars through. I hope that's what he's doing. Liam's got Always Grinding here. And now he'll be in pursuit of Ant, but he's a long way down the road. And I think it's edging ever closer to this battle for P3. Here we go then. How good exit can he get? He managed to save a lot of battery here. He's back up to 70%, whereas the guys in front, 10% for Oliver, 40% for QHID. If he can find the right time to deploy his battery, he might be able to make this move. Shanaran goes fastest lap from the lead there. He's pulling away. Feel a bit guilty for not focusing on him for the last few laps, but he's been out in front on his own. But we did at least try to follow his effort through the field. Liam goes fastest lap. Shadow Realm and Liam exchanging fastest laps back and forward. Or back and forth as well, I should say. And surprise, QHID having an issue. So unlucky for him. On to match his best result in Red Arrows Racing. Had a bit of a moment there, lost the car. This might now give Ant the opportunity he's been asking for, the opportunity he's been needing, because now he's got Oliver on his own, and maybe the chance more likely to present itself now. Or is Oliver able to now catch the back of Murph? And will be hoping to pick him off before he can then get to Murph. The battle between SLH and M. Harry still going on. Harry put on a good defence. Casper goes fastest lap. Unfortunately, it's going to be too little too late for him. The mediums didn't work out for him. As Ants had to back out of that one into 130R. Shadow Realm again goes fastest lap. It's proven to be a great race for him. And it could even be his second win around Suzuka. And sets his personal best fastest lap. And I think the pair of them are catching up to Murph. And will be hoping that he can pick off Oliver before they get to Murph. Otherwise it's going to be in the same problem he was in a minute ago. Calvin goes fastest lap, so we've got multiple people here fighting for the fastest lap. We'll go back to what is now a three-way fight. M. Harry trying to hold on to P7, which will now be his best finish in Red Arrows. If he can hold on, he's got 4 laps to hold on. Oliver's had Murph temporarily. Oh no! Murph and Oliver come together there. It's let Ant go into P2. Ant sighs at the inside, says thank you very much. Takes P2 and on track to take lead of the championship tonight. We just caught the back end of that. Murph and Oliver having a come together. Casper goes fastest lap. We're into the 139s. Liam picks up a penalty. So easily done around here. Could that be costly to him? I think possibly not, because we've got a lot of penalties here in this section. We know that Liam's is a 3 second, Harry's is a 3 second, SLH is a 5, and I believe Always Growing is always a 3. Sorry, Always Growing is also a 3. And now goes faster into 139 sevens. He is making gains on Ben, but not by enough to eat into this 10-second gap. So I think he's going to have to just accept P2 tonight unless something major happens up front now, and now we've got a reason to cut to Ben. As we watch his progress on the last few laps. We'll go back to the battle with Oliver and Murph. This fight, which was for P2, now is for P3. Since their loss was Ant's gain. So back to where we had the moment last lap, much tighter this lap. We'll have a look and see how Harry's getting on. Harry's still able to defend from SLH. It's a strong effort from him. And like I said, on for his personal best finish in Red Arrows Racing. As is, I believe, Murph. Yet Murph's previous best is a P7. He's had it twice. So Murph is on to smash his previous best effort if he can keep where he is. SLH making a mistake there on Spoon, which will give Harry a slight relief. He'll be away. 1:39.2 from out there, super quick. As Calgon gets past SLH. Calgon now will be making a charge for Harry. Can Harry keep his defence going for a couple more laps? And super quick right now, but just not quick enough to make too much of a dent in what was a 10-second gap. It's now 9.1, but unfortunately I think too much to do unless Ben makes a big mistake. Ben just needs to keep cool and he will surely win this race. So Murph and Oliver come up to Kobayashi one more time, and I think Oliver's learned his lesson as he pulls out there before the hairpin and now gets back on the power. SLH picks up a 3-second penalty. I believe that is his second penalty, so it'll be he's got 5 seconds for speeding in the pit and then 3 seconds for that, so that'll be 8 seconds penalties on, and that's Harry losing out to Calgon, unfortunately. Calgon goes through. It looks like it's going to be a good points haul for Mercedes here. McLaren, sorry. If McLaren's here, it'll be 8 points for Liam and will be 6 points for Calgon, so it'll be a 14-point haul for them. Liam keeping it ahead of Calgon in the championship as Ant dips into the 1:37.9s. We've ducked below the 1:38s now. Murph and Oliver side by side in turn 1. That could have ended nastily. Casper now picks up 3 seconds. I believe that's his first penalty, so we'll double check that. I believe that was his first penalty. Let's have a look at the penalties. That was his first penalty. Murph has a 3-second penalty, so will lose out to Oliver, but is still on for his personal best finish in red arrows. Murph on a great drive at the moment. Up 12 places in this race, as is Oliver. QHRD up 13. QHRD was running this fight as well, but unfortunately had a bit of an incident himself there. Just lost in the S's. And has had a good go at this gap. He's got it down from 10 seconds to 7. Casper into the pit and gets a speed in the pit lane. Pinto, Casper and Butler all in, and they're going to try to Emilio Tire again. Sure, it's not going to work for the final lap. Or they're just getting out of Ben's way. Are they being kind to Ben? That's Ben. Casper. DRS is enabled, so it is dry tyre conditions as far as race control is concerned, but probably not worth boxing because you would lose so much time in the pit. You would never get it back. Not a one lap. If you've got enough of a gap behind, and maybe you can have a go at the fastest lap. But as Ant picks up 3 seconds worth of warning there, it's unfortunate for him. It's not going to affect his position, but will compromise him slightly. It means that the gap goes from what is now 6 seconds on circuit to 9. As it's not going to change the position, but not what he would have wanted. As Oliver is still all over Murph. I think he's perhaps just going to sit behind because he knows he's going to get him for the penalty. We'll have a look and see. SLH did get past Harry in the end. Harry's defence has faltered there. And we'll go to shallow round one more time. And he's going to take the checkered flag here. Butler picks up a penalty there. That's not going to affect his race. Ben picks up his second win in Japan and his 6th race win overall in Red Arrows, and will take the championship lead and takes a fast lap. So Ant and Ben now tied on 6 for the most race wins, for the second most race wins in this series that we call Red Arrows. Harry picked up a 3-second penalty there. I think that's what he had before. Calgon has jumped Liam for the penalty. So it's 14 points I believe for the McLarens. SLH, they're wrapping up with points in P10. I can now confirm that SLH did play a wild card, so he's going to pick up 2 points for that. Oliver gets the in-game driver of the day. For me, I think it goes to Murph. His personal best finish. Murph in P5. A personal best race finish for him. QHRD P4. Oliver P3. As we've seen, Shadow Realm and Ant P1 and P2. Recover P3, 4, 5. P6 Super Calgon. 7 Liam. 8 Always Grinding. 9 Harry. SLH didn't get the points there. Joe Bradley's done him on the line for P10, so no points there for SLH. So the wildcard doesn't come into play. P12 for Pinto. P13 Casper. 14 Butler, and then we lost Chrissy, T. Kelly, Hellbound, and Super Striker. Wow, I can catch my breath now. That was certainly a mixed bag there. Some very strong performances from, as I said, the likes of QHID, Murph, Harry. A bit unfortunate again. A good race for him, but only good for P9. But I think that's where we leave it for this week. Next week we're back with a sprint. We're in Mexico for round 4. But until then, have a fantastic week, and we will catch you next Monday.